Hey everybody, welcome back to the Laps Comic Fan. I'm Steve, and today we're talking Batman Fortress. So how's everybody doing, man? It's been a little while since I've done a Laps Comic Fan. Hopefully I can get some more of these out in the future. Had some health setbacks and some other stuff going on. But in the meantime, I did start a Twitch channel, and you can find that at the_lapsed_comic_fan. I'll put the link in the description. It'll make it easier for you. I've been playing Dragon Quest games, and I've been playing some MAME arcade emulators, some old arcade games. Like I did the X-Men game. I'm going to do the Turtles in Time, stuff like that. Old school games. It's a lot of fun. All right, so Batman Fortress. This is a new book. It's pretty cool. There's some stuff that I don't like about it that we'll get into, but I like the overall premise of it. I like to see where this is going. It's basically, can the Dark Knight stop an invasion of Earth? It's written by Gary Whitta and art by Derek Robertson. We're going to do a new thing at the end. I'm going to grade the art and the story. And does it have enough to make me want to go read more of them? Or is this only a one and done for me? You know, that type of thing. So let's get into Batman Fortress. Gotham is in peril. There's a citywide blackout, and it's on generator power. For some citizens, it's a scary time. For others, it's an opportunity to make some quick cash. And that's exactly what these men are doing. Outside Wayne Manor, a group of thieves are taking what they think is advantage of just another rich guy. If they only knew they were trying to steal from the Batman. Wayne is supposed to be away for a while, and the only one who might be home is Wayne's old butler. So this should be a piece of cake. Before they get inside, their plan is to just grab anything easy to carry back and meet in 15 minutes. Wayne is loaded. His salt shakers alone should be worth 50 grand apiece. Inside, the thieves split up and get to work. One of the thieves, named Vince, is taking a statue and putting it into his bag when he is grabbed from behind and taken away silently. The other two call out for Vince with no reply. This isn't good. But they're not leaving until they get as much as they can. The men are standing next to a bust of Martha Wayne with pearls around her neck. They must be worth a fortune. Before they can snatch them, a voice comes out from the darkness. Be careful with those. They belong to my mother. Bruce Wayne is standing in the way between them and freedom. He gives them a choice of dropping everything and leaving, but the thieves are stupid, and one of them goes in for an attack and is taken care of quickly. Bruce turns to the other man, who has a gun trained on him, and tells him not to be stupid. But before anything can happen, Alfred disarms the goon and subdues him. They put them with the other two men and wait for the GCPD to pick them up. Alfred informs Bruce he's needed in the cave, and it's not about the blackout, it's something worse. Gordon is up on the roof of the GCPD building trying to get the Batman signal to work since they have no comms and no way to stay in touch with their officers, who would be on patrol. Bullock reminds him that the city is a mess. They get a message from one of the other officers. The warden at Arkham has sent out a message. On top of all of their problems they're having, the Joker and the Penguin have escaped. The men get the bat signal working, and they light it up. Bullock wonders if he'll show. They need the Batman more than ever now. So there's a blackout in Gotham City, and the city's running on like generator power. There's not much power anywhere, and even that is scarce. And this is a time where some thieves decide that they're gonna rob just some pitiful rich guy, and they decide to rob Bruce Wayne because they think that he's not there. There's some information that led them to believe that he's not there, and the only one who could be there is his old geezer butler, and what's that guy gonna be able to do?
I'll hit him with my base. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll hit him.
So they go in there, they try to steal, and Bruce is actually there, and it's cool because the guy, he's trying to take pearls off of a bust of Martha Wayne, and you know how that he feels about that. So he takes these guys out real quickly, and Alfred takes the last one out, which is cool. It's kind of neat because, you know, it's Alfred. It's that geezer butler guy.
How did I get here? And you never steal a purse from a nice lady.
And Alfred's like, yeah, but you know what? your attention is needed elsewhere and not these guys. And Bruce is like, the citywide blackout, and he's like, it's far much worse than that. So they cut to the GCPD, and Bullock is up in arms because they're using some batteries from some squad cars to get the bat signal lit. And Bullock's all, hey, we could have some guys over there, running down the guys in the blackout. Gordon's basically telling him, Bullock, you're an idiot. I'm not going to send my guys out there with no communication. These squad cars are useless right now. Until we get some comms back up, shut up. Or you can go out there yourself.
Bullock. Dumbass.
And while they're up there, the guys are trying to get the bat signal on. He's handed a piece of paper, and it's from the warden at Arkham Asylum. And it's just getting worse because a bunch of inmates have escaped, and 2 of them happen to be the Penguin and the Joker. They get the light on, and Bullock's wondering, do you think he'll show? Gordon's like, we need him now more than ever. So yeah, it's kind of weird that it's another type like where Blackout situation or Gotham is almost like a no man's land and a bunch of Arkham inmates have escaped. But I do like the premise, and I was hoping for more than this. I was wondering, where's the Bat family in all of this? Like, where are they at? But we're going to see what happens with Bruce and see if he can take care of this or what this threat actually is. And hopefully we get some clues as to what's going on with the guys from Arkham and how they play into all of this. Back in the cave, Alfred informs Bruce of the bigger problem they're facing. It's not just Gotham that's blacked out. It's global. Internet, telecommunications, cellular, and even radio communications are down everywhere. This is an attack on the entire planet. They need to get to the bottom of this. Luckily, the Batcave's generator and reactor have gone unharmed, and the cave has full power. But they have lost 2 of the 3 Wayne satellites, the third being in higher orbit. Bruce has Alfred run a global spectrum analysis to see if this could be anything extraterrestrial. There's even worse news. Metropolis is dark too, and there's no sign of Superman. Bruce is needed elsewhere though, since Gordon must have his hands full, so he asks Alfred to contact the League and tell him to meet up at HQ and keep trying to track down Superman. Where are you, Clark? Batman meets up with Gordon and informs him that it is worse than they thought. The blackout isn't just Gotham, it's all over the world. This takes Jim by surprise and adds to his already high stress levels. His doctor has him on blood pressure medicine, and the pressure just keeps getting worse. Gordon says we've got even bigger problems here. There's been a mass breakout at Arkham, and his favorites are all running loose, including the Penguin and the Joker. Batman slips Gordon some instructions to give to his technicians to make some adjustments to their comm systems so that the police can stay in communication with each other, and have the dispatch pay attention to the secondary frequency because that will be Batman. He will keep in contact as he gets the Arkham inmates. So back in the cave, we find out that this is spreading globally, and everybody is out. They don't have internet, communications, radar, GPS, everything is being messed with. And it's just getting worse by the minute. Bruce thinks this is an attack on the entire planet. So luckily the Batcave still has power, their generators are fine, but 2 of the 3 Wayne satellites are out, so Bruce wants Alfred to run a full spectrum analysis of the planet to see what could be causing this. So they need to get to the bottom of this fast. And there's worse news, because Metropolis is out, and you would think you would know about Superman, but Superman is nowhere to be found. So that's just getting really bad. So Bruce has got to go meet up with Gordon, and while he's doing that, he wants Alfred to contact the League and have him meet up at HQ. And he's just wondering, Clark, where the hell are you? So he meets up with Gordon, and they talk, and kind of telling him that this is getting worse, Jim. It's spreading worldwide. And Jim brings up even worse news for him. He's like, not to add on to the pile of shit that we're already in. All of your favorites have escaped from Arkham. He's like, how the hell did that happen? So apparently whenever the blackout happened, they had these electronic collars, and they all popped off whenever the blackout happened. So it's just like a buffet of crazy right now. So Batman hands him a piece of paper and tells it to give it to all his communications guys. This will help fix their comms as good as they can be, and tell the dispatch to keep an eye on the secondary channel because that will be him. As he gets these Arkham guys, he'll be in contact. So I think that they're setting up something really cool here. Really, really cool. And I was all for this until the next couple of pages. The stuff with Joker and Penguin, it led to nothing. So basically, Penguin was like choking this woman in the Gotham harbor, and Batman comes and boom, goes and gets him. And then Joker has a bus full of school kids, and he's, singing the wheels on the bus go round and round. And then he sees Batman, and he talks about the Batman goes splat or whatever. And he gets this light shined in his eyes, and he crashes the bus, and he flies right out of the front of the bus. And he's hanging off the side of the bridge, and Batman goes over in his head. He's like, look, this guy has been totally just the worst. It would have, if I were to do nothing, this could solve so many problems. And if he was never there, Jason would be alive. All these things wouldn't happen. He's like, I know he can't swim. And this is kind of funny. I thought this was kind of cool. He remembers whenever he was he fell into the vat of chemicals, that he was basically flipping around begging Batman to save him. So he works it out in his head that the kids wouldn't understand him not saving the Joker. He's like, how could I ever explain it to them? So I was very disappointed that this really pretty much led to nowhere, because he gets the Joker and Penguin, boom, they're back in custody. Or at least that's what we're led to believe. So I was a little bit disappointed that this led to nowhere, and it was just a big filler part in the book. I mean, it took up like 6 pages, and it made, if you cut that out, it made this book seem really short. And the thieves thing. So if you had the thieves and the Joker part and the Penguin part taken out, this book isn't very long. But the bulk of the story that I care about is pretty cool, and I hope they expound more upon that in the next issue. After cleaning up some of Gotham's worst, Batman goes back to the cave to see what Alfred has found out with the scans. By this time, the whole planet is without power or communications. The scans that Alfred ran with the last working satellite has shown an object hovering 11 kilometers over the Indian Ocean. What the hell is it? An alien vessel or life form? We don't know yet. It doesn't match anything they have in any database. It's radiating some sort of cross-spectrum wave directly aimed at the planet. The readings are off the chart and too powerful for them to measure, and they're covering the whole planet. Batman thinks this could be a warship, and this disruption of power and communications may be a prelude to an attack. It's the only theory they have at this point, and what's worse, still no sign of Superman. Alfred has contacted the League, and they're waiting for Batman at headquarters. They can't afford to wait for Superman any longer. Whatever this is has just declared war on Earth, and they have to strike back. Hard. Batman gets back to the cave and wants to know the results of Alfred's analysis from the satellites. And he tells him, I found something, and it's a shape, and it's hovering about 11 kilometers above the Indian Ocean. And Bruce is wondering if it's some sort of vessel or some type of alien life form. And this thing's irradiating a bunch of energy that's covering the whole planet. And then Bruce is like, oh shit. This must be some type of warship. This is definitely an attack on us, and this is bad. This is very, very bad. And how he came to that conclusion is, you knock out communications, you black out the planet. This must be a prelude to their attack. And that's the only theory that they could really come up with. And Alfred agrees with him. He's like, this is the only viable theory we got right now. And he still asks, there's still nothing from Clark? And he's like, no. So they don't have any time to wait on Superman. Alfred did get a hold of the League, and they're waiting for him at headquarters, so I'm excited that the League is going to be involved. And Batman's like, look, we don't have any time to wait. We can't do anything. We have to strike, and we have to strike hard. And that's where the book ends. I like the main part of the story. I just didn't like the filler part. And that for me, I'm going to continue to read this until it just either gets dumb or goes nowhere. But that it left me a little bit a sour taste in my mouth, because half of the book was just filler, and it's your first one. You're supposed to be explaining this giant story, and half of it was some thieves and Joker and Penguin that were nothing. You just used them to throw them away. It seemed like either the writer just was told to use them and they just whatever, and the artist wanted to draw them. I don't know. I hope that the League is involved, and I hope it's like the good Justice League and not like a bunch of castaways. I would like to see how, the Flash is dealing with things. And I thought this would have been awesome because you have an alien invasion supposedly coming, and how would the League deal with that? Plus, on top of all of the League's cities are blacked out. How would they be dealing with all of their rogues? And what would happen if the rogues met up with these aliens, if it is aliens? That leads to so many cool things. But I'm hoping that the Joker and Penguin thing wasn't an indication that we're not going to see other rogues. I hope this isn't just like aliens. And where the hell is Superman? I mean, Batman even mentioned, this guy flies halfway around the world to get cats out of trees. This is major. Where is he? Is this thing actually have something to do with Superman? We don't know. We're going to find out. And I can't recommend this. I wouldn't spend your hard-earned money like I did on it. If you have some sort of, cheap digital way to get it, then go for it. But I will be reviewing these as they come out, or you could just watch my channel. So, I mean, yeah, I'm going to definitely read it until, like I said, it either goes nowhere or gets boring. So, the one thing is, the writing, I give this like a 6 out of 10 because I do like the premise of the invasion part of the story, but I didn't like the Joker and Penguin and Thieves thing. The art is cool in some spots, but there are some faces that look really weird, and I didn't like how the Joker looked. It almost looked like PBS cartoons, like generic cartoons, and I don't know, man. Some of it was good, some of it was bad. The coloring was great, that stuff was great, but that was Batman Fortress #1. What do you guys think? Did you read this? Leave some comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed what I did. And if you didn't and you watched, I appreciate that too. So, yeah. Batman has to reason out to school kids why he didn't pick up the joke. Like, what the hell is that? My God. Have a good night, everybody. Shazam! No!